So it's a new year and a whole new set of problems. Passport to Poland starts now. What's up guys, ChasingLamely here with episode number 71 of Passport to Poland, and yeah, the transfer window is open. It's February, and boy don't I know the transfer window is open. Hit the like and subscribe button because we're going to need all the luck and good vibes we can get here. Right, where to start? We'll start with the transfers screen because that's always the best place to start. We have had one big out. Paris Magoma has left us for 5.75 million to join Leeds. He's already playing for their first team in the Premier League. He was definitely a good player. I said definitely a good player. I'm going to find out Leeds are bottom of the Premier League now. They're not far off, but still, yeah, it was a shame too because he was like 2 weeks away from getting a Polish passport, literally 2 weeks away. But the offer came in, I couldn't reject it. He's gone. We just got to accept he's gone and move on. Otherwise, leaving the club, bunch of things happened really. So far, January 1st, literally right out the door as soon as humanly possible. Jordan McInnes left to join Exeter. He left for the fee of £21,000. Had a good career for us in the grand scheme of things. Especially as a player who never really developed. The fact that he played 13 games for us is pretty impressive. All things taken into consideration. Lars Fannerburst has left us on a free to join Alta, who I believe are a Norwegian club. I think, yeah. So he's gone back to Norway. He never really did anything of note for us, but he is gone. So is Anton Logi Ludvigsson, who has joined KR. We brought him in on a free. He never really broke through. He played the odd game here and there. I think he played the odd cup game and things here and there for us, but nothing massively spectacular. So I thought I'd take the money and run. So that's 33.5, but it's a rising fee, I believe, with a sell-on clause. Peter Samiek Talar has joined Tromso. He finally came back from his 3-year loan at Brann. He had a good time for them. Won quite a few trophies while he was there. I thought he'd come back developed into a good enough player for the first team, and he didn't. So I thought I'd cash in, sell him 89,000 in the bank. Cha-ching. Michael Hughes has joined Cheltenham on loan, the Barbadian striker. He's already played a couple of games for them off the bench. He's another youngster that's developing, so we'll keep an eye on how he does. We've also loaned out Jacek Buszelski, who has been developing as a right back for us. He's playing in Serie B at Venezia. At the moment he's developing quite well, and I think he'll continue to develop. I think having him out on loan for a year is probably a good thing to do. I also have loaned out Nico Williams, which may have been a mistake because I've loaned out both of my backup choices for right back, so it's going to be another youngster backing up Cruz who likes to get himself suspended, so that could be interesting. Luckily the only thing we have to focus on is the league, so hopefully that will minimise our chances of losing him. But still, Nico Williams was complaining that he wanted to go on loan because he's not really played much recently, and I didn't really have an argument not to send him on loan. He's played 54 times for us in the league, including 10 times this season, although mostly off the bench. But yeah, it seemed fair. Send him on loan to the Championship where he's playing quite well. We'll see if he becomes something better on the way back. Alex Sala has joined Siena. And yeah, he's probably not going to develop much more than he has, to be honest. If you look at his reports, he's probably near the peak of his powers. So it's just a case of giving him a good run in the team, get his value up, and then maybe try and sell him on, if I'm honest. But you know, we'll reassess when he comes back from his time in Serie B. Tommy Ateo has joined Memphis on loan, the young American who we brought in to develop. Memphis are, of course, not an MLS side, but we'll see how he gets on this season. He was probably 7th or 8th choice up front, so it won't make a big difference to us. Philip Carbovi, I don't know how to pronounce that, it doesn't matter anymore. He's joined Corona. He was a signing that I think he was one of the guys we made just because I could register him. He was an additional player that I could register. He's only already played in the first division. He's found a move to Corona for 88,000 that could rise. So he's going to be playing alongside Przemysław Bargiel. John Davis the left back John Davis has joined NYCFC for a bargain for them, really, 35,000. We signed him on a free, played him once, and he wasn't developing, so good money in. And then Aaron O'Neill has joined Podbeskidzie, the Northern Irish Under 21 international. He is potentially going to develop into something alright. We're going to keep an eye on what happens with him. I think he's now, off the top of my head, I think they're a first division club. They're fourth in the first division. He's their key player though, so he's very much one of those guys who probably could do a job somewhere in the Ekstrklasa, but maybe that's the best place for him. But with all that going on, all these players going out, and of course the money from Magoma to reinvest, some moves had to be made. Now Ethan Quimby was already the first three I'm going to show you actually were all already lined up, so they're not reactions to Magoma. It just so happens that someone like Quimby fits in the places where Magoma did in fact play for us, so he might become an option in the near future. He's an American youngster, played for Arsenal America, so we'll see what he becomes. Sasha Lees is a centre half from America as well. He joins us from the NYCFC Academy. So he is going to have a chance to impress us as well. Again, it could develop into something special. Under 19 international. And then when we get there, and then the third guy who was lined up is Daniel Lopez, who is a striker, an American striker who's got really big potential. We're going to see what he turns into for sure. Hopefully something quite special for us. So he is around as well. He came from Railhawks Academy. I've also signed this guy who was the essentially direct replacement for Magoma, Jakov Anton Vasilic, which I assume is how you pronounce that. He's a Croatian under 21 international. The club's record signing, I believe, at 2.3 million. He's okay. He's not the best player in the world. He's probably going to develop a little bit beyond where he is, but I should be able to sell him on for a profit down the line, which is okay, and he'll do as a stopgap now for Magoma. But also I brought in this guy, Francisco Ribeiro, who comes in from Porto. He's an under 20 international for Portugal, and he's just filthy good. He's 20 years old, and he's actually better than Magoma was. Will immediately walk into our team, and is also a natural masala, which means we will find good use for him. And that pace is sickening. The passing is outstanding. The vision is good. This guy's going to create goals for us. He can also play as a winger, should I need to make that change, and he's pretty competent there as well. So he's someone I'm very excited about having brought in. So that's on this. Also, this guy Matteo, I guess Scocco. Shocco. I'm guessing it's vaguely Italian. I don't know if it'll tell me it's Italian or not. Not that it will help me pronounce it clearly. Yeah, presumably that is an Italian name. He's coming on loan from Rosario Central. He is a defensive midfielder with some good potential, so we'll keep an eye on him too. He spent time with Inter, and that's not a bad sign at all. We're going to see what happens with him. So that was kind of what you've missed transfer-wise, what you've missed playing time-wise, apart from a bunch of pointless friendlies. The last game you saw was the Bayern game. We then beat Piast 4-0. Philip Szymczak getting himself a hat-trick, and Felipe Cruz scoring a goal, which is not a bad place to start. We then had a 3-0 win against Legia, with Keziah Sterling getting a brace, and Chris Devine, who I don't think we've seen on a live com yet. He got himself a goal as well, which is pretty nice. I think he's going to slowly become a guy we develop into a first-team player. And then we played Cracovia, Szymczak got himself another brace, and Mark Guay got himself a goal. So Szymczak very much in form right now, which is good. And today we're playing Plock and Jagiellonia, except we have some issues. So Akira Wright is out with a torn thigh muscle, and he is going to be out for a while, 2 to 3 months. So his season is more or less over. He might play a little bit towards the back end, which is annoying because I thought I might get an offer for him to bring some money in for him in the window, so he won't be going anywhere. Philip Szymczak is out for 4 weeks. having just scored 5 goals in 3 games, which is marvellous. And then, just in case you were wondering if I'd have anyone to score goals, I've also got Haris Seferovic out for the next 11 days. He's been out for a couple of months already. It's not going well. So, even though we are the favourites, we're second in the league and our form is very strong. We're only a point behind Jagiellonia, who are top. By the way, really, really good season for the Silesia region, having 2 of the best teams in the country from there and fighting it out, the 2 rivals. This is the lineup I've basically been forced to go with. Sherpin in goal, Cruz, Gomez, Guay and Devine at the back, Rico, Longstaff, Ribeiro, Liss, and then Deschal and Sterling up front. We haven't seen Vaclav Deschal start a game in probably 2 years. I think it's been at least 2 years since he started a game for the club, or started a league game for the club, certainly. Yeah, it was last season for sure, but definitely near the beginning of last season. But when he gets a run in the team, like you see there, he's had 5 in 8 games last season. He had 5 in 13 the season before, 9 in 3 in his first season. Sorry, 3 and 9 in his first season. He is a consistent goal scorer, and that's why he got picked ahead of Devine, because I know he's a consistent goal scorer. Chris Devine looks like he can become a decent goal scorer, but I know Deschal is a decent goal scorer. So that's why he got the nod ahead of him. It was nothing more than that. On the bench, Barnowski, Belodi, Gonzalez, Makoviak, Nate, Richards, Devine, Scoccio, which I'm going with Scoccio for now, and Vasily on the bench, and there's a whole bunch of options I could have used otherwise. I say a whole bunch of options that I could have used otherwise. If I take up the unavailable on the youth team, it's probably going to tell a very different story. Let's not do that, because that's not what I was trying to show you. Yeah, there were still some options I didn't use that I could have. Juan Mata could have played, he's now registered. Matic could have played, McEachran could have played, Norwood could have played. We're a little bit overloaded in midfield at the moment, but only a little bit. I think we're only a couple of players more than I'd like to have a good balance. But it also means if I need to lose someone like McEachran, it's not going to be an issue. So, let's get into the game. Ribeiro and Sterling won't finish the game, which is going to be an issue. They are sort of guaranteed to get taken off. So it really depends which fullback lasts the most amount or lasts the longest, which is interesting. Yeah, let's get into the game. Let's see what we can do, shall we? So these are the team lineups today. You've already seen ours. They're playing with a 4-2-3-1 wide. I think Makajuv is a guy we've come across before who's done well for us. I don't think he played for us. He's done well against us though. Bunch of regens. Wojciechowski we know is good. We know that Dana is a pretty good goalkeeper. We know that Gonzalo Tavares is a pretty solid fullback as well. I believe we looked at him when he first signed and said he was going to turn into a good player. And if we didn't, I just looked at him and thought it either way. And then Angelski, who has been there for a little while. Weird choice up top, because he's had 7 goals for them in 70 appearances, you can see down here. Which are none this season, which tells me he is not really the goal threat you'd think. He is an ex-Schloss player as well. He's never didn't score for us either. Scored for the seconds, didn't score for us. So obviously this is a guy with a big future ahead of him. Does mean we don't have to worry too much about defending against him though, because it will be the midfield that does the damage if anyone does. Let's try and you watch. He's going to score now. Now I've said that, he's going to bloody score. Either way, let's get into it. We're playing in the whites today because we never play in blue. I don't know why I explained that. You guys know this by now. It's episode 71. You know we play in white and green. Either way, let's see how we can do, and we'll hope Angelski doesn't make me look stupid by scoring a goal after I've specifically said he's not a goal scorer. We need a win today. We've got to keep up the pressure on Jagiellonia. They're not looking like they're going to drop many points for the rest of the season, if I'm honest. It's interesting. It's interesting. I think it's between us, Legia, and Lech. And I'd like to see Poznan get involved in the mix a bit better, as they've got a highlight finally. Wojciechowski with a corner. Can we get rid of it? Just over the bar. Yeah, I'd like to see Poznan get involved, just because we know that Aaron Levy is their manager, and it'd be nice to kind of go head-to-head with a guy who we've always looked at and said is going to be a really good manager. he's certainly my biggest threat long term at the club, I think. Gonzalo Tavares takes the throw and throws it back to us, I guess, because we put it out for an injury. And Devine back to Sherpen. Plenty of time on the ball for Kjell Sherpen. To Guay back to Sherpen, because why not? And Sherpen's just going to try and walk it into the net, apparently. Sherpen to Angelski, who doesn't do anything with it. Now into the feet of Matty Longstaff. Out to Reece Devine on the wing. And we've got plenty of options if we can figure out what to do with them. Devine back across field to Rico. Rico to Longstaff. Longstaff ball through to Deschal. Vaclav Deschal. Can he? Oh, Sterling. Can he follow up? Oh, Keziah Sterling finally put it away. Deschal had 2 bites of the cherry and couldn't make it work. Fisted away by the keeper both times. Keziah Sterling scores his 50th goal of his career. And I think they're all for us, actually. I think he's only ever scored for us, which we'll check at half-time. But he's finally managed to get himself a goal. We're 1-0 up, and I do like Deschal. The reason I haven't sold him, I've had a lot of offers for him. The reason I haven't sold him partly is because we wouldn't have made a profit on him, and partly because I know he's a reliable backup goal scorer. Like, he's the guy I know I can rely on. If nobody else is going to score, he's going to cause problems, which is why I don't, spend too much of my time worrying about whether or not I should sell him. That's definitely a free kick. That's definitely a thing. Yeah, that's the explanation for why Deschal is still here. I'm curious, has Keziah Sterling scored a league goal for anyone but us? You'd think he must have done. He scored some for Doncaster and for Sunderland. Okay, I say. So he's had 40 goals for us total, presumably. Yeah, because he went back to Spurs and came back, I guess. Yeah, he must have, because that definitely equals 9. 41 he's had for us, there we go. Either way, yeah, he's scored a few goals. The record is currently 60-something, I think, with Chiari Wright. The club record, that is. So, he's catching up. No one cared about the team talk, they were just kind of happy to have a nap. And that's going to be okay. Ribeiro and Valdemar Liss are both underperforming. So is Alex Rico. It's a midfield issue at the moment. But hopefully they'll get more interested in the game as things progress. We'll tell them to get creative, because that is, after all, the job of the midfielder. All the while keeping in mind, A, Reece Devine is tiring rapidly. And B, that we do have to take Ribeiro and Sterling off at some point during this game, because they are nowhere near fully match fit. Ribeiro making things easier by picking up a knock, which is not ideal on his debut. Suffered a damaged foot. You watch him be out for 6 months now. Just as I needed him to come in, adapt quickly and replace Magoma, he'll be out for 6 months, as Keziah Sterling just gets stripped of the ball. Bodvarsson, ball out to Gabriel, and we are going to have to get back on the defensive, unless, of course, Matty Longstaff fancies a tackle, which only happens once a season, and Wojciechowski has scored an equaliser for them, and that was predictably coming, because for some reason we're struggling to see out games more often than not. I mean, I know we've just gone off the back of a couple, 3 big wins on the spin, but more often than not, I do feel like we struggle to maintain leads, and certainly when they equalise, we start capitulating a little bit, which is not something I need to see today, as Dana has got the goal kick. Let's try and get rid of this. Fischerek has managed to just hoof it all over the field. Sherpen could use his hands if he had, the inclination, maybe. Nope, just wants to play with his feet, pass it out to Felipe Cruz. Hopefully we'll hit them on the break, get ourselves back into the lead. We're heading towards the end of that window where I need to kind of start thinking about making those subs. Ball across. As far as Ribeiro, we know Ribeiro's a creative player. Can he do it while hurt? Rico up to Deschal, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Vaclav Deschal, oh, so close. Deschal was offside anyway, but even so, now Wojciechowski's got a corner. As this clears, Zavada heads it over the bar, and that won't trouble anyone at all too much. Let's make those 2 subs now. We'll take Ribeiro off, send on Gonzalez. We know that works. We're going to move Deschal to pressing forward, because that's a thing we know he does well. And we'll send on Chris Devine, because we've not seen Chris Devine. And actually, that last sub, it's going to be a toss-up, because Reece Devine is tiring. Valdemar Liss is just having an absolute nightmare. Um, it's a 50-50. It is a 50-50. We'll keep an eye on things to see if anything changes as regards our performance levels, because yeah, Liss is improving, Divine is doing something. I don't need to use the sub, but I feel like I can change let's try it, because the win is more important than anything else. Can I put Taylor Richards on? I don't think I can actually. No, I can't, because I have to have the under 22 Polish player. The irony is, of course, bringing on Makowiak would give me the under 22 Polish player that I need. But he's also the only left back available on the bench, bar Barnowski, who's not actually fully fit. He's just there because I have a lack of right backs. But I'm trying to bring one in on loan. I have got an offer in for a right back from Spurs. That's got to be offside or something, surely. Come on, let's get a decision here. There we go. I didn't even know it was offside. I was just hoping. I genuinely had no idea. I just hoped, and it worked. Yeah, I've got a right back I'm looking at bringing in on loan, hopefully from Spurs, who looks like he could be a bit of a worldie. He might replace Cruz in the team, which is a bit sacrilegious. But such is life. Let's try and get very attacking for a couple of minutes, see if we get ourselves a chance to get back into the game. Anything will do. Any dream will do here. It's going to be a 1-1 draw. Unless we make something happen right at the death. We're not. 1-1 draw. Not the best performance. But we do have one more game in the episode where hopefully we'll pick up a win. Hopefully these guys aren't suspended. I've got a feeling Igor Gomez is in fact suspended as a result of that, which is going to reveal another of our weaknesses, because I didn't realise until very recently I actually only have 3 first-team quality centre backs. Should have paid more attention when I was putting squads together. Ribeiro is out for 6 weeks. Of course he is. 6 weeks on his debut. Why would I? This is the worst luck I've ever had in terms of injuries. We're going to make something happen. I don't know what it'll be. Let's come back for the second match of the episode against Jagiellonia, and I'll go through the rest and come back. Okay, second game then, and it's the game against Jagiellonia, the home game, and we've had to make a couple of changes because of suspensions and such like. Igor Gomez suspended. We've also got Wright, Simchek and Ribeiro are injured, and of course Seferovic still doubtful, not going to play today. So we're the favourites again, which, for what little good that's done us. Luckily Zaglevi drew their last game as well, though they are playing Pogon at the same time we're playing, so we'll see how that goes. Team-wise, Sherpan in goal, Cruz, Balodi comes in for Gomez, Guay, Divine, Rico, Longstaff, Vasilij, the new signing, Liss, Deschel and Sterling. Couple of new boys in this week. David Quinn comes in on loan, Scottish under-21 international from Celtic. He looks like a decent prospect, can play centre-half or right back, which is going to give me some extra depth. Very similar situation with this guy as well. Vladimir Klimov, a Russian on loan from CSK in Moscow, also under 21 international, also capable of filling both the centre half and right back. So good cover there. Gonzalez, Makowiak, Nati, Richards, Divine, Skoko, Shocho, whatever we went with, and Norwood on the bench. We're just going to call him Shoko, definitely Shoko. In fact, just so I don't forget, we're calling him Shoko, because otherwise I will forget. Now he's Shoko. Now we'll know forever. Alright, let's submit the team. 2 squad numbers to be given out, which is not going to be big drama, because I'm just going to go and that will happen for them. Right. Let's see what we can do. I'd like to get a win. A win would be ideal, especially because we really have to start putting the pressure on. Hopefully Pogon will do us a favour as well, because they've got a lot of our players on loan, so hopefully they can do something to help us out. Of the players that we remember from the Jagiellonia side, I don't think any of them have played for us before off the top of my head. We know Arsenic is pretty good. We know that Prickeril is pretty good. I don't think I've come across this guy before. Back, or if I have, I didn't pay a lot of attention. A Polish under-20 international striker, who looks like he could turn something very good. Even the scouts seem to think he's worth a look. So maybe I will take a proper look at him at some point. See if we can bring him in. But otherwise, yeah, should be pretty straightforward. They're sitting back quite defensive on a 4-5-1, so that's going to help us too. We've managed to motivate as many as we can, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Crowds have been down because this season's not been going excellently as well, which has been annoying because we were making really good progress with the average attendances. We had our record average attendance last season. I think it's going to be up this year purely because of the Champions League, but I think league-wise we're actually down. Divine doesn't make a tackle for no reason at all. Savos has picked up the ball on the right-hand side. Romanchuk to Bida. What can we do here? Let's try some defending. Celis, Oskonar to Shavos again. Bida. Let's come on, boys. Tackling. We can do tackling. We've done it before. We used to have one of the best defensive records in the league. Back gets an early chance, heads it over the bar, and that's all gone, well, as close to according to plan as we could have hoped for. Although I'd have liked to have seen some tackling. Let's do some creativity. Looks like we've got a free kick. Edge of the box. Valdemar Liss will of course take it because that's what he does. Although apparently we didn't get to see what the foul was or the free kick, so I don't know what that achieved. That was a pointless highlight. I'm not sure I'd really count that as a highlight. Things are apparently going well for us in terms of the Zagreb game. Looks like Pogon are currently leading. Let's have a quick look at the latest scores. It's currently a draw. Okay, good times. Good times. Things have all evened themselves out. Back to the league table. Yeah, a win today would put us back top of the league. We just need to actually get the win, and the win isn't really coming. Where are Jagiellonia in the league? They are 7th. They're 9 points behind us. So maybe an argument for going a bit more attacking. They've gone more attacking. Matty Longstaff's gone in 2-footed again. God, I've tried trading this out of his game and he won't get it out of his game. It's so frustrating. So frustrating the number of times I lose him for doing stupid things in the dumbest of places. There was no need for a tackle there, much less a 2-footed one. We'll move Rico up and I'll figure it out beyond there as and when necessary. It looks like Keziah Sterling hasn't shown up today, which is not going to help us at all. Let's just try and carry on as we are and hope we can sneak something out of this game. Longstaff needs to sort out his disciplinary record. It's really that's his second yellow card of the second red of the season. Sorry. It says make changes. Go very defend. No, holy crap, no. If I'd seen that coming, that wouldn't have happened. Felipe Cruz. Oh, let's make some subs because nothing good is going to come while Divine is being useless. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off Sterling and I'm going to send in Oliver Norwood. Let's send in Nate. Make that change. I'll fix it on the tactics screen as and when it is a possibility for us. I should have just gone straight into the tactics screen, but you know my brain wasn't braining. Because why would it? Celis has picked up the ball. Let's try and hold them off at least on this attack. Right, let me get into the tactics so I can get this fixed up. We'll move Nate back to there, where he should go back to defensive midfielder. Rico there. That should work out nicely. Put Deshal ahead of Liss. Like directly ahead of Liss. Come on. There we go. And I'm going to make Liss a shadow striker. I think Rico can play deep lying playmaker. He can. So he'll fill the playmaker role. Hopefully that will give us some opportunities. Hopefully. We've missed out on seeing Liss take a corner apparently. Savos has picked up the ball. Let's see if we can just hold off. If even holding off at this point is better. Back, let's make a tackle. Sherpan had to make a save. Nobody is tackling. It's not good. It's not the one. More creativity is necessary. We're going to have to make another change at some point in the future. I don't know who the guy to come on is to change this game, and that's a real issue. I said Makoviak filled an under 22. I don't know if he actually does. Let's find out the hard way, because if we can get Taylor Richards on, that will work. It will. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to send on Taylor Richards. What does Taylor Richards do best up top? Attacking midfielder. Attacking midfielder on support. Okay. I think that's the first time we've seen Taylor Richards. I don't remember actually having used him before, so we'll see if he can do something to make himself an immediate hero for us. That would be nice. More creativity demanded. Roman Shook. Richards makes the tackle. Taylor Richards makes an immediate impression, and he's gone on a run. Is he going to go one just straight on at the keeper? He might do. He's found himself kind of in no man's land. Cross into Deschal, who can't quite finish it. And Deschal has looked dangerous in this episode, despite not having played for a while. Yeah, interesting times. That's a 0-0 draw. Things have not gone well for us. I think we've lost ground. Oh no, we have. We haven't lost ground. Zaglevy have drawn, which is okay for us. More luck than anything has got us through this episode. Still in with a fighting chance of getting ourselves back on top of the table. Good to see Taylor Richards make a debut. I'm so angry at Matty Longstaff again, because the man just makes too many errors. It's annoying as well because up until now he's not had a problem with getting sent off. It just seems recently he's having a problem with getting sent off, and it's just not acceptable. I just need to figure it out. I need to figure it out. Let's see what the press conference is going to bring for us. Yeah, we'll do that. Proud of the response to the dismissal. Yeah, but there should be we shouldn't have to. We'll do that one. How big was his late miss? Yeah, I can't criticise him too much, but I refuse to stop him because he was his below par performance. And I was too busy trying to keep goals out of our own net. So I think maybe shush. He had a good debut. He'll build on it. No, I'm just not allowing that. We'll fine him in accordance with the bad tackle. But also we're going to have a little chat. I always forget why I can't. Let's do that. Concentrate on tackling. Right, nothing else there that needs to be addressed immediately. I'll get to that off camera. Why not? Right. Thanks for watching, guys. As per usual, the socials are down there. Feel free to hit me up. Like and subscribe because it helps the channel, and helping the channel will make you feel good. Leave comments down below as well because it's always good to hear what you think of what's happened in the episode. What do you think of the sale of Magoma, the replacements? They look like they might actually do a job for us. Let me know what you think. We'll be back probably with the last games of the regular season in the next episode, I think is my plan. But anyway, until next time, guys, I have been ChasingLamely. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.